Today, we're going to start standing up and we're going to begin in mountain pose, which is called Tadasana in Sanskrit. And this is a great pose because it's a nice way to kind of practice feeling the feet pressing into the floor. So, kind of maybe even wiggle the feet around, lift the toes up and down, the heels up and down. Just take a few moments to settle in to that real connection through the foot, something we take for granted every day, but really kind of sense, oh, where is my big toe? Can you wiggle your toes across? Feel the ball of the toe, the heel, the sides, everything that kind of contacts the ground, and maybe even become aware of where you don't contact the ground. So your arches usually lift up a little, but they might not lift up very much, accepting where we are. Then stand up. We don't want to force ourselves into some kind of really rigid position. The shoulders should be over the hips, hips over the knees, over the ankles. We turn the palms to face forward and then let the kneecaps relax. Sometimes we kind of hold the legs quite tight, so try to let the kneecaps relax. You might even feel a tiny little bend in the knees. And again, we're not going to strain the neck. The chin should come to about parallel with the floor. So you'll be looking 6 to 8 feet in front. And imagine the crown of the head kind of rising up. Feel the strong foundation of your mountain through your feet. And just take a nice big inhale. And as you breathe in, we want that expansion. And as you exhale, feel everything dropping back in. So repeat that a couple more times. Nice big breath in. And a full exhale. Breathing in deeply, feeling the body rise with an inhale. And as you exhale, try to just let the shoulders drop a little, beginning to really let go of some tension that we might unconsciously be holding. One more breath in. And a full exhale. Good. Just wiggle the fingers, maybe take the feet from side to side. Bring a little bit of movement back to the body. Do a few shoulder rolls. And then change the direction of your shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders forward. And then we're going to inhale and take the arms up overhead. Reach through the fingertips, take a nice full body stretch here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, sweep the hands as you hinge from the hips, coming down into a forward bend with a bend in the knees. And this just takes the pressure off the hamstrings for now. We're not trying to do too much for the hamstrings right now. We're just kind of stretching out the back with a little bit of traction. So let the weight head hang down. So the head is hanging down. And you're going to be looking back at the knees, maybe the shins or the thighs. And from here, just sway a little from left to right. So this is ragdoll. You want to let the upper body kind of go loose and fluffy. You can let the arms dangle down like pieces of string, maybe shake them out. And then come to center, nod the head up and down a couple of times. And then slowly take the chin from left to right. And then bring the hands to the hips and unhinge, leading with the back of the head. So we're using our core a little bit here to help us come up to standing. Good. When we reach standing, inhale, sweep the arms back overhead again. Nice big inhale, exhale. Bring the hands to your hips. Take the feet a little wider. Keep those knees loose and do some circles with the hips. Now we're just going to make these circles small to begin with. And then you can start to make the circles bigger. And you might even add a little bit of bending in. Again, keep the knees loose. Go one more time in the direction you're going and then change direction. And again, these circles can be small and then they can get bigger. Just warming up the hips. Good. And come all the way to center. Now we're going to combine both those movements. So we're going to take the arms up overhead, big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to sweep the arms in a big circle as if you were drawing a circle with your hand on an imaginary wall in front of you. Imagine you had paint on your fingers and you're kind of swirling around in a big circle, reaching down and then reaching up. And you can coordinate your breath. Exhale as you come down And inhale as you come up. And you can move nice and slowly. There's no rush with this. One big inhale. Let's go one more time in that direction. And then come up to the top and just reverse. So going back the other way. So we're warming up the spine. We're warming up the legs, the hips. You can even bend into the knees if you want to a little bit with this. You could add a slight rotation. You could turn the torso as you move. One more time. Come all the way down and then reach all the way back up. Now step the feet a little wider again and take the arms wide like you're making the points of a star. Press the outside edges of the feet into the floor so you've got a little bit of activation through the leg. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart center, look up, reach, stretch through the fingertips like a shining bright star. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down in a prayer position to your heart center. Turn the heels in, toes in, heels in. Slowly come back to mountain pose. So bring the hands back down, palms facing forward. And just do a quick check-in. So this is where we can scan down through the body, from the crown of the head, all the way down through the back, down through the arms, the legs, all the way to the feet. And maybe you're feeling a little warmer, hopefully feeling a little bit looser from a little bit of movement there to warm up. Good. Take a nice breath in and a full exhale. So shake the fingers, shake the feet just to release that and come up to the front of your space or your yoga mat, just so you've got space to step back behind you. We're going to be doing a very slow sun salutation. So we're going to come up to the front of the mat. The feet can be a little bit closer together, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach the hands up. And then as you exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands down towards the feet. Exhaling here. Inhale, we're going to rise up to about halfway. So the back is nice and flat. You almost want to visualize your body in an L shape. And then exhale, fold in towards the legs. Bend the knees, place the hands firmly on the ground on either side of your feet, and step the right foot way back behind you. And then step the left foot back so you're coming into a plank pose. You can drop the knees here, untuck the toes, and place the top of the feet on the floor. We're going to lower the upper body slowly to the ground by bending the elbows straight back. You can engage the core here a little bit for support and lower yourself down. Stretch the feet out behind you. Imagine someone's pulling your feet out so you get some length in the spine. Then we're going to peel up into a mini cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Engage the core, the front and the back of the body to help you come up into this small back bend. We're trying not to push into the hands here. We're actually trying to use our core and then lift the hands up off the floor. This helps to build some strength. Then place the hands down. Now push yourself up and back, and let's come to child's pose. Hips back over the feet. You can take the knees wide to the outside edges of the mat and bring the toes together behind you. Stretch the hands out along the mat for a nice deep stretch here. Big inhale. And as you exhale, try to release everything to the floor. You can let the forehead rest on the floor. That feels too intense. Stack the fists and just rest the forehead on your stacked fists. Now here we can take a few rounds of deep breathing. The breath, the lungs are very open. And as you inhale again, you want to feel the abdomen rise. It's the diaphragmatic breathing. And as you exhale, try to let the hips sink a little closer to the ground. So we've got a nice passive stretch for the feet, hips, knees here. One more breath in and a full exhale. Now we're going to slowly lift up, bring our knees together, and we're going to make our way to our first downward dog. So stretch the arms out along the mat at about shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes under. Keep the knees bent as you lift up so that we can really focus on getting a long, straight, flat back. We don't want to try to straighten the legs and then we get an arch in the upper back. So really think about bending the knees and taking the hips back. Then we begin to pedal the feet one at a time to open up and warm up the back of the leg, the back of the calf, the hamstring. getting into the feet. You can wiggle the feet from left to right here. The ankles do not have to touch the ground, so don't worry about that. You can massage the top of the feet into the floor. And you might hear a few creaks and pops here. Good. We're going to look forward and we're going to slowly take our right foot in 1 or 2 stages up to the top of the mat. Then we're going to bend that back left knee and step up and come into your forward fold at the top of the mat again. Inhale here, rise up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then sweep the arms up overhead as you make your way to standing and take another full body stretch here. Exhale, hands to heart center, and let's just pause for a moment. Checking in again, take a nice big inhale and a full exhale. So now we'll do the second side. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold from the hips, coming down to your forward bend. Inhale, rise up, nice flat back. Exhale, folding into the legs. Place the hands down, bend the knees as much as you need to here so you've got a firm contact with the hands on the floor, and step the left foot back behind you. Pause here for a moment, and then take the right foot back, come to plank again, drop the knees whenever you need to. Engage the core, the top of the feet flat on the floor, and then lower yourself to the ground with control, coming all the way down. Stretch those feet out as if someone was pulling your legs out, and then make your way onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. So slightly deeper back bend, but again, we can still draw the navel in towards the spine, lift the heart center, and imagine there was a torch or some lights on your heart center and you're shining them straight forward, shining light out. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, slide the hands down, hands under the shoulders, lift yourself up and back. Come back to child's pose again. This time we're going to just do a little side stretch. So walk the hands to the outside of on the right-hand side of your mat. Pause here for a nice stretch through the left side. Inhale, then exhale and walk the hands over to the other side. Hands over on the left. So now we've got to stretch through the right side down to the outside of the right hip. Breath in and breath out. Walk the hands back to center. Slowly make your way to downward dog again. Tuck the toes under. Keep those knees bent. Lift the hips up and back. Now in downward dog, try to imagine the whole body is helping you here. So we don't want to dump into the wrists. We want to actually squeeze the upper arm. Press the palms actively into the floor. Keep a micro bend in the knees and then begin to pedal the feet. Again, one at a time, just very gently opening up the back of the legs. And let's take the feet a little wider and begin to just gently sway the hips from left to right. Good. And then step the feet back to about hip width apart. Look forward. And slowly in 1 or 2 stages, take the left foot back up to the top of the mat, and then step the right foot up to meet it, coming back into your forward bend. From here, inhale, we're going to lift the back, coming into a halfway lift. So you got that L shape. Exhale, fold in towards the legs, and then sweep the arms out, press the feet into the floor as you come up to standing, reaching the arms overhead, and then drop the hands to heart center, coming into a prayer position. Take a nice breath in and a full exhale. Then we're going to add in chair pose, which builds a little bit more strength and core strength, leg strength. And we're also going to remember to keep breathing as we're doing this. Sometimes when we concentrate, we hold our breath. So we want to keep that breath flowing, keep the oxygen moving through those muscles and get the byproducts out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sit into an imaginary chair. So we're going to take the hips back. Think of the weight going into your heels, and your arms can be here. They can be on your hips, or you can sweep them up overhead. Reach through the fingertips. Take a nice breath in. Exhale. Now, fire up the quads, and imagine you're squeezing something between those quads. One more inhale. Exhale. Press the feet into the floor. Sweep the arms all the way down. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink back into chair pose. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, stand up. all the way down. Nice. Have a little shake out. And now we're going to work on a little bit more strength pose in our tree pose, because this works with balance. So it helps to build strength in your feet and your ankles, helps to build proprioception, which you'll notice as we do this. You might like to stand on the floor, can be better than just standing on the yoga mat, but you can figure that out, whatever's best for you. So to start with, we're just going to simply take our weight into our right leg by lifting up the left foot. If it's handy, you might like to be by a wall, which will just give you a little bit of comfort and support as needed. To open up the hip, you take the knee out to the side, and the toes can be on the floor for this. You can just practice this action of opening here, keeping this hip still. So the hips are staying nice and centered, and then you can lift the foot over the calf, or if you feel like it, you can put the foot on the inner thigh. But keeping the toes on the floor like a kickstand is also a great option. Draw the navel in, feel a little bit of core engagement, and bring your hands to your heart center. Okay, we're going to hold and breathe. And if you feel ready, you can reach the arms up like branches of a tree. Wiggle the fingers, smile. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down, moving with control, and then release the left foot. Release the legs, have a little shake out. I like to do that a lot. So we're going to find our balance on our left foot, our left leg. Find your balance. Can help to have something on the floor in front of you. It's your drishti, your zone. Can give you something to concentrate on. To open the hip, keep the hips square, but then take the knee out to the side. The foot can be here like a kickstand on the calf or above the knee. You don't want to put the foot on the knee. It's a floating joint. And stand nice and tall. Engage the core. Do a little bit of lift in the pelvic floor. Engage all the abdominals and bring the hands to your heart center. From here, you're welcome to stay here if you feel ready. You can take the arms up overhead, reaching out through the fingertips. Good. Find that point to concentrate on. Don't forget to breathe. Let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming down. Bring the hands down, release the hand, release the legs. Have a little shake out. And we're going to do that one more time for each side, and we're going to add in a calf raise. This is just an optional extra. And when I say calf raise, literally, even if you lifted your heel like a millimeter or 2 off the floor, you're still going to get that activation into the foot, into the calf. So it's building a little bit more strength. So we're going to find our balance on our right leg, open the hip, and you may like to take the foot one stage lower. So if you had the foot here, you could come to here, or you can stay here. Whatever works. Let's keep our hands at the heart center for this one. So pressing the hands together in a prayer position. We're going to do 5 mini calf raises. So we're going to lift the ankle up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Shake it out and then switch to the second side. Foot can be here, here, or here. Whoop. Don't be afraid to reset at any time. Hands at heart center. Find your balance. And when you're ready, you can bring your 5 mini calf raises. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everybody. Let's release. Have a little shake out. Okay, now we're going to come down to the floor. And just make your way down to the mat. And release everything onto the floor, rolling onto your back, and hug your knees in. We're just going to slowly rock from side to side just to release the lower back. And then placing one hand on each knee, do some small circles. So you're just gently massaging the lower back. Go in both directions with the circles. Good. And then take the knees wide so you can do some butterfly circles, which work with the hips a little more. So you're going to go a few times in wide circles and then a couple of times going back the other way. Good. And then bring the feet down and just continuing to work on a little bit of core and hip strength. We're going to work in our bridge pose, but we're going to do a couple of variations. So keeping the knees bent, feet pressed firmly into the floor, hands down, palms against the floor for support. We're going to first think of this, the pelvic action of tilting, so you can lift the base of the coccyx, the base of the tailbone up off the ground. So tilt the pelvis towards you and then begin to roll the spine up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time, pressing up, lifting the hips as high as you can go, and then rolling everything back down. And again, the base of the spine is the last thing to go down. Let's coordinate our breath with that action. So inhale, rolling up. And then exhale, roll everything down. One more time. Inhale, roll everything up. Press the feet into the floor. And then exhale, roll everything down. Now, the next time we roll up, we're going to interlace our fingers underneath us and hold the hips as high as we can. You can use the glutes for support. So inhale, roll everything up. And then just breathe freely as you interlace the fingers. You might have to squeeze the shoulder blades together underneath you. Press the feet, maybe even walk the heels in a little closer. Press those feet firmly into the floor. Switch on those glutes. Lift those hips as high as you can. This is great opening for the front of the body, building strength through the back of the body. What we often get in yoga, a balance between strength and flexibility. So let's hold and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now don't rush this next bit. Try to take the shoulders out from underneath you and roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time, really slowly. And the base of the spine is going to be the last thing to touch the mat. When you reach the floor, just pause for a moment here and just kind of let that sensation flow through the body. It's great for letting the spine just relax for a moment. And we're going to do that one more time, and I'll give you some more options which you can add in, which is going to be great for people who walk, run, bike, anything that you do with that single leg motion. So we're going to build some strength in each hip. So inhale, exhale fully. And then inhale, begin to roll everything back up, lifting those hips as high as you can. Interlace the fingers underneath you again. So you're pressing the back of the arm into the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades together, walk the heels in a little bit, actively press the floor away and lift those hips. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to, you can stamp the left foot into the floor, lift the right leg up. And we're going to do those mini calf raises again with the left heel. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, we're just going to switch straight over to the other side. Point the left foot, 5 calf raises with the right foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the foot, release, take the hands out from underneath you and roll everything down really, really slowly, making sure the tailbone is the last thing that comes down. When you reach the floor and the ground, hug the knees in towards you again. Give yourself a massage, squeeze those knees and rock gently from right to left. Oh, we're going for time. Good. And then we're going to roll onto our right and slowly press into the floor and just come up to sitting. And then we're going to extend the legs out in front of us, bend the right knee in and let it drop out to the side. And we just kind of have to arrange ourselves and our sit bones a little bit so that our torso is going to stretch out over our left leg. We're going to inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, reach towards the foot. If you can reach your foot, that's great. I've got really long arms, but don't worry about it. Hold on to the shin. The idea is we want to actively press that left leg into the ground. This is not a passive stretch. If you do feel anything behind the back of the hamstring, sit up, put a little bend in the knee, and just come to where you feel a comfortable stretch. The idea is we're actively engaging the front and the back of the leg. So we're getting a little bit of isometric stretching. It's going to be great for opening up the full leg. At the same time, we've got a little bit of hip opening going on the right side. So let's hold here for a few breaths. This is head to knee pose. Good. And then we're going to slowly revolve it. So come up, turn the torso now towards your right knee. Put the left hand on the left shin, on the left thigh. Inhale, take the right arm up and over. And we're going to reach the right arm towards the left foot. But we're going to try not to collapse. We're going to try to keep that right shoulder peeled back a little bit. You can stretch out your left arm if you want to, towards the left shin, ankle, or toes. And you can look straight to the side. You could look up, reach, stretch through those fingertips. One more big inhale. And exhale, slowly come all the way up. Release. Bring the left leg up and, the right leg up and cross over. And we'll just do a little twist. So sit up nice and tall. Left hand can come to that right knee. Right arm comes up and then drops behind your right hip. You can wrap the arm around the knee and look over to your right for a twist. This left foot wants to stay active. It might kind of relax, but try to keep the left toes flexed up towards you. Good. One more inhale, and then exhale, turn around. We're going to uncross that right leg, stretch it out, sit back on the hands, and just do some windscreen wipers with the feet. Oh, excuse me. Sit up nice and tall. Now we'll go to the second side. So stretch the right leg out, let the left knee drop out to the side. So it's almost like we're doing a tree pose setup with the legs. The left foot comes to your inner thigh. We want to arrange our torso so we're looking out over our right leg. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold from the hips, allowing the hands to drop wherever they reach. Again, if it feels too tight behind the knee, keep a bend in the knee and sit up a little bit. You're still going to get some opening through the back of the leg. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly come up. Now we're going to do the revolved. So we're going to turn our torso towards that left open knee. Inhale the arms up, and the right hand comes down the right leg as the left arm goes up and over. And again, we don't want to collapse forward here. We want to try to keep that heart center open to the side. So the hand can stay on the hip if that feels better. You can take the arm up out to the edge, kind of off to an angle, or you can reach it towards your right foot. Good. One more inhale, and exhale, slowly come back up. Bring the left knee in, cross the left foot over the right leg. Take the right arm around the knee, lift the left arm up, and then drop it to the ground behind the left hip. We're trying to keep the hips nice and square so the rotation comes through the waist. Take the left shoulder back, and you can look to the side or over your left shoulder. Keep that right foot flexed as if you were standing on the floor. A nice twist here. One more inhale, and then exhale, look forward. Let's uncross that leg, stretch it out, sit back on your hands, and do some windscreen wipers again with the feet. And then we're going to scoot forward on the mat, roll ourselves down onto the ground, and hug the knees into the chest again. Just rock from left to right, give yourself a little massage here. And then sit up so you could look at your knees. You're going to wrap the arms around the shins and squeeze yourself into a tiny ball. Squeeze, 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 and then let go. And release everything down to the floor, coming into corpse pose or Shavasana. A nice relaxation, letting the feet relax, the ankles and the feet fall out to the side. Bring the back of the hands to the floor so the palms face up. The fingers might gently curl. If the shoulder blades feel a little squished underneath you, you can gently lift them up, draw them together, and then place them flat onto the ground. And again, if you feel like the lower back needs a little more love, you're more than welcome to hug the knees into the chest again and just give yourself a little massage, hugging the knees in. You're also welcome to set up differently for Shavasana. The feet could come wide and the knees can drop in, and that's also another option. So closing the eyes, let's take our awareness to our breath. And again, just tune in with the rise and fall of the body with the breath. Inhaling, feeling a little rise. Exhale, feeling some softening, releasing of tension through the body. Take your awareness to your face for a moment. Let the brow soften. Let the jaw relax. If you notice the teeth are clenched together, without opening your mouth, just let the teeth separate a little bit. And just feel the back of the head touching the floor and let it feel supported. Feel the back resting on the ground. Let it feel heavy. And let gravity be your friend here, just for a little moment. Letting go of those final little bits of tension. Now, you're more than welcome to stay here if you'd like to for a longer Shavasana. But for today's practice, I'm going to slowly guide you back. So begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Take a nice deep inhale and a full exhale. Then stretch the arms out overhead, stretch the feet away, take a full body stretch. And then bring the hands down, walk the knees in, and slowly roll over onto your right hand side. Just pause here for a moment. Maybe open the eyes, let the light come back in, and press yourself up to sitting. And let's just come together for the end of practice. You could sit in easy cross legs if you want, or just with the legs out in front. And just for the end of this practice today, let's bring our hands together. This is the Anjali Mudra, prayer position at your heart center. Just to be thankful for this time, I'd like to thank you all for coming. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I'll see you all next time.